You are watching the Canadian Public.
This is François Caron in London, England, and this is yet another travel show.
London, England. Over 2,000 years in the making and still growing. Join me as we tour the sites, visit some of the mini museums, soak in the local culture, and find out how Londoners live, work, and play. Formerly the center of a vast empire, London today is still a major center in the global village, its citizens always busy and always on the move, where the old and the new blend in together in near-perfect harmony everywhere you look. And that's not all. We'll board the train at St. Pancras and head off to the City of Lights, Paris, France, where we'll visit more of the sites, along with museum after museum after museum after museum, and wear out a new pair of shoes in the process. We'll visit some very famous arches, and a few lesser famous ones. We'll go shopping for some bargains, and live the easy life in the streets and neighborhoods of this wonderful city. It's the trip of a lifetime, the exploration of two very ancient and very modern metropolitan centers. So put on your walking shoes and join me as we visit two of the most exciting cities in the world. We begin our trip at the Tower of London. Home of the crown jewels of the United Kingdom and the Royal Regiment of Fusiliers, the Tower of London began its existence with the construction of the White Tower in 1078 by William the Conqueror. In 1240, King Henry III had the exterior whitewashed, which is how the White Tower got its name. Today, the White Tower is a museum where various weaponry and armory of centuries past are now on permanent display. Ouch! Imagine the headache from that one. The Tower of London served as a fortress, a royal palace, an armory, the Royal Mint, a public records office, an observatory, a treasury, and even a zoo. It also served as a place of imprisonment, of torture, and of execution. The last execution was held in 1941, and the last imprisonment in 1952. The Tower of London is a reasonably sized complex consisting of many individual buildings and residences, as well as many smaller towers, such as the Beauchamp Tower, where prisoners of very high standing were kept. Many prisoners have left their mark in the stone walls, preserving their memory long after they've either been released or executed. The Tower of London also has a few instruments of persuasion on display, formerly used on individuals who might have been a bit shy in revealing some of the useful information they've kept in their heads. The tower's main guards and tour guides are the legendary yeoman warders, also known as the Beefeaters. Walking through the grounds, the Beefeaters tell plenty of stories of royal deceit and treason, prisoner captures and escapes, interrogations, torture and executions, many of which are pretty gruesome. So enjoy these dark tales of yore as you leisurely walk the grounds. And that's the beauty of the Tower of London. Its reasonable yet still compact size means you can comfortably visit it during a leisurely afternoon without feeling the need to rush through the place at breakneck speed, unlike some of the other sites we'll be visiting in the near future. In fact, this might be the only chance we'll have to relax a bit. The Tower of London also has a few surprises from the past.
God save the King! God save the King! delightful to hear it, absolutely. Oh, no, do rise, do rise, do rise. Yes, welcome. I'm King Henry III, of course, but you do not need telling that. And this is the Tower of London, and you do not need telling that neither. For you are here again, of course, to come and give thanks to the Lord, as I have done as well, for the successful defence of this Tower of London this year of 1267.
You know what it is, my lord?
Well, I believe it is called a Perrier, is that right?
Well, indeed, right.
This is an instrument of defence and attack. When you are besieging a castle, what you wish to do is make sure that the castle remains intact, but everybody leaves and you may occupy it. And therefore, the best thing to do is catapult the putrefying carcass of an animal, and then if it lands in the castle, yes, impact that, and it will spread disease inside, and that will force everyone to leave. That's also a good thing to do, is it not?
So as the ghosts of the past keep watch, and the Tower Ravens feast over a former unidentified prisoner, let's hop over to the next attraction located right next door, Tower Bridge. Tower Bridge is more specifically a bascule bridge with twin suspension bridges attached at either end. It opened in 1894 at a time when London was desperate for an extra river crossing that could also accommodate the tall mast ships which still needed to access the docks just up the river. The bridge acquired its Gothic look during its construction phase with the intention of transforming it into a city landmark with resounding success. The towers and upper walkways are accessible to visitors, offering a detailed history of the bridge along with an impressive view of the city. The visit also includes access to the bridge's old engine room, where the original lifting machinery is on display. The huge boilers and steam engines were not powerful enough to lift the bridge on their own, so instead, the steam engines were used to pump high-pressure water into 6 huge accumulators, lifting them high up and storing enough energy to raise and lower the roadbed in less than 5 minutes. The steam hydraulic system was replaced with an electro-hydraulic system in 1974. Today, people still gather around in fascination to see the bridge make way for the occasional tall ship that still passes underneath it, with cyclists, motorcyclists, and motorists waiting patiently for the bridge's reopening, which is an event in itself.
Please allow the emergency vehicle approaching from the south to pass through. Please allow the emergency vehicle to pass through. Stay clear, bridge staff, resuming road traffic. Stay clear, pedestrian going.
Coming up, the British Museum, Shakespeare's Globe Theatre, and the Churchill Museum and Cabinet War Rooms.